You wouldn't believe the things people say to me and the way they act towards me when I'm out in public just because I'm in a wheelchair. That's what we're going to be discussing in this week's Discussion Friday. So stick around because it's coming up next. Welcome to the channel, guys, and welcome back to another Discussion Friday video. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that little bell for post notifications. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. In today's Discussion Friday video, we will be discussing some of the things that people say to me and the way they act towards me out in public just because I'm in a wheelchair. Now, most of the time, people act pretty normal towards me in public, but every once in a while, there are some stupid things that people say and kind of act towards me just because I'm in a wheelchair. Now, most of the time when this happens, people talk to me like I'm a baby. So, yeah, I'm not a baby. I mean, look at my face right now. Check out this facial hair. Do babies have facial hair? I don't think so. So I'm not a baby. But most of the time people are just like, hey buddy, how are you doing? Like, yeah, I don't like it when people talk to me like that because I am an adult and I want to be treated like an adult. So if you're one of these people, please don't talk to people like they're a baby just because they're in a wheelchair. It just drives me insane. Another reaction that I get from people when I'm out in public is they talk to me and treat me like I'm not there mentally. Like I'm pretty intelligent. I don't mean to brag, but I'm pretty intelligent and I think I'm all there mentally. Well, most of the time. Sometimes I think I might be losing my mind, but that's besides the point. But yeah, people just assume that because someone's in a wheelchair, that they also have a mental disability and can't really comprehend things. But that's not true. There are some diseases that affect people both mentally and physically, but not every disease. Not everybody in a wheelchair has a mental disability. Like with muscular dystrophy, like I'm in this wheelchair because my muscles are weak. And last time I checked, I'm pretty sure your brain's not a muscle, so it doesn't really affect me mentally. So if you see me out in public, please talk to me like I'm an intelligent human being because I don't like to be treated that way. Another reaction I get from people out in public is just a lot of staring because they see me in a wheelchair and they're probably wondering what's wrong with me, and they probably have a bunch of different questions. But if these people have these questions, just come up and ask me. I don't mind. I'd rather have someone ask me a question than to sit there and stare at me and try to figure me out and figure out what's wrong with me. Now, most of the time when this happens, it's usually children that are staring at me, and that doesn't really upset me too much because they're children. They don't understand. They're curious. I was a child once. I was curious and asked a bunch of questions. So if children ask their parents a question about me, or if it's usually a silly question, so it's actually kind of funny when children ask, so that doesn't really bother me too much. In fact, when we were just shopping this last weekend, we were walking into a store and some kid saw me and asked and turned to his mom and said, how does he sleep at night? So that was kind of funny. That I always love when children make comments like that, but they don't understand. So that does not upset me. What upsets me is when adults stand there and stare at me and try to figure me out and assume what's wrong with me. That really irritates me because they're adults. They shouldn't be staring like that. If you're curious, ask. I mean, some people might not like you asking questions about their disability, but me, I really don't mind. I'm pretty open. I'd rather you ask me and really know what's going on and what's wrong with me instead of assuming what's wrong with me. Now, I don't just want to go on a rant about the stupid things that people say and how they react to me. There are also some really amazing people in this world, and I've also had a few experiences where I'm so grateful for these people. Like if I'm going into a building, I've had a lot of people like hold doors open for me, and that's just awesome because you don't always get that. Sometimes people just let the door shut on me and they really have no idea that I'm there. So I really appreciate people that hold the doors open for me because obviously I can't hold the door by myself. GoPro, stop video. And don't get me wrong, guys. Majority of the time, people are super nice to me and they'll come up to me and talk to me and have a conversation with me just like they would with anybody else. So I really do appreciate that most of the time people are smart enough and nice enough to just come up to me like a normal person and have a conversation with me. And yeah, there are still a lot of nice people out there, and I appreciate somebody even just saying hi to me when I'm passing them in a store or something. That really does mean a lot, and yeah, it just makes you have a great day. It makes you happy. So I appreciate that there are so many people like that still out there, but you still do have those people that don't really think before they react with somebody in a wheelchair. So it's a good thing that there's people out there that are nice enough to not really care and look right past the wheelchair. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this week's Discussion Friday. I really hope you guys enjoyed me going on a rant about this and just my thoughts and opinions on how people react and talk to me in public. So I hope you guys really enjoyed. And if you are one of those people that do these silly things, I hope this video helps you understand that that kind of stuff bothers people in my situation. So next time, please just think before you say anything or before you react anyway to someone in a wheelchair. And if you're one of those people that are super nice and look past the wheelchair and just communicate with people in wheelchairs just like you would anyone else, then thank you very much. That's really appreciated. It makes me feel normal when that happens to me. So I appreciate people like you guys. Just remember to always stay positive, and as always, don't forget, keep rolling. Peace. Don't forget to check out my merch. If you use promo code Last Chance on my merch, you can get a 10% discount on any order. So if you haven't done that Christmas shopping yet, get the people that you love some Jorgey merch. It would make a really great Christmas present. Also, don't forget to check out my previous vlog and previous video. Stick around to the end of the video.